Starting on the Crime Watch tonight, a Gold Hill man accused of kidnapping, murdering, and sexually abusing a 6-year-old child in California in 1987 is now in Solano, California for his trial. Newswatch 12's Brinkley Hill spoke to the Solano County District Attorney and investigators on this case about how Fred Cain III was caught. Brinkley.
Haley, it took over 30 years to get to this point. Originally, Sean Melton was accused of this crime, but let off by a judge. Last October is when this case was revisited. The DA told me that the DNA collected during the autopsy was not a match to Melton, which opened this case to being solved. Investigators started looking into this cold case last October. This team quickly found out investigators in the 80s had all the evidence they needed to solve this case then. Except they didn't have the technology back then.
There was evidence collected at the autopsy back in 1987. And so with the advancements in technology now, we had that DNA run in October when these two investigators started looking into it. And that was compared to Sean Melton, and he was excluded as a contributor to that DNA. And so once there was a profile developed is when we really started looking into who could be the person who killed Jeremy.
Now, the DA told me that this DNA match did not use an online DNA mapping site. Investigators reached out to Jackson County Sheriff's Office for warrants and the arrest when the DNA matched Cain's. They worked together for months. He was arrested on September 18th. Cain's first court appearance was today, but his arraignment was pushed back due to his public defender needing time to determine if they had a conflict of interest for representing the first man accused of this crime. Now, Cain will appear in court on October 12th again, and he will either plead guilty or not guilty. Currently, Cain is eligible for the death penalty, but the final decisions on what the DNA will be prosecuting will happen later on in the trial. Newswatch 12 will keep you updated through the entire process. Live from studio, I'm Brinkley Hill, Newswatch 12.